What is going on, Solo Gang? Today we have another car review. This is my 2008 Subaru Legacy. If you have watched some of the videos that I have done, I have already made some content on the car, replacing a couple of things, but today would be the first time that we actually review it. So let me give you some outside shots of the car so you guys can appreciate it, and then we'll start with the review. Alright guys, this is my other car, the other daily. This one is an 08 Subaru Legacy GT. This one has the 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. This one makes 243 horsepower and I think 241 pound-feet of torque. The engine feels really good. The torque is nice, it's good, and it feels like it's down low. Let me open up the hood so I can show you the engine. Yeah, so this 2.5 liter is EJ255. It's very similar to the EJ257 in the STI, but the turbocharger is different, and the intercooler and the intake manifolds are also different from the STI. The block itself is the same, and I think maybe the cylinder heads, they might be different. I think the STI ones, they flow more. So they're more optimized for performance, but this one is like the STI or the WRX in a tuxedo, right? I mean, you can see the style, right? It's still Subaru, but it's very understated, right? If you compare it to like the STI with the white fenders and, you know, the rally inspired front end with a big hood, this car is like totally the opposite, and it makes similar power. So this car came in a couple of trims with a turbocharger. So this one is the GT. The other one that came with a turbocharger was the Spec B. The cool thing about the Spec B is that it came with the 6-speed manual, similar to the one in the STI. So, and then the GT Limited, I think is how it's called. You could get it with an automatic, which this one has, or you could get it with a 5-speed transmission, just the same one the WRX has. So let me show you the interior now. All right. So let's get in here. This car has 185,000 miles with the original engine. You know, for people that sometimes say like, you know, the Subaru engines, they don't last, they don't hold. It just depends how you treat the cars. If the WRX that we have has upwards of 200,000, I think it has 224, and that one is also the original engine. So if we look here, right, this one also has similar electroluminescent gauges like the STI, but these ones are white and red. I added a DEFI gauge. Actually, this one came with a factory navigation, and the cool thing is that it shows, if you can see there, it shows some gauges. They're just for like fuel economy and that type of stuff, like throttle position and you know, fuel economy stuff. But it looks cool that you have like 3 gauges. I think this is like kind of like the first iteration. If you look at the newer Subarus that have like the screen up here with some gauges, I think this is kind of like the first iteration of that. But it's just showing fuel economy stuff. Besides that, I mean, it's a you know, 4-seater, 5-seater car. You know, car seat fits perfectly there. You know, this is like the family vehicle. It's an automatic, so I use it to go to work. It's actually pretty comfortable, so can't complain. Maybe now I can get the GoPro and we can take this thing for a drive. So, all right, we're ready to go. Let's start the car up. All right, so this car has, I don't know if you can hear some of the rumble. This car has an exhaust. It has just an axle pack. Besides that, you know, it has a paddle shifter. Like I said, automatic. This transmission is what it's called, a 5 EAT transmission. Subaru automatic transmission. They use it on a bunch of cars. Yeah, it came with a sunroof, which is nice. It's very good. It has automatic seats. They don't have memory, but you know, the driver and the passenger, they have automatic adjustment, which is cool. All windows are automatic. So yeah, let's take it for a drive. So all right. So what I like about this car is that it's actually very comfortable. The suspension is very compliant. It is still sporty. It's based on, I think it might be the same platform as the WRX. I'm not sure about that, but you know, it's very sporty. The actual chassis is very rigid, but the suspension is very compliant. So you know, you can cruise on this car very comfortably. No issues at all. I just saw a GTR, an R33. Another thing that I have noticed is in regards to the 5 EAT transmission is it's tuned for like efficiency. The car doesn't like to rev too much, so it's very rare that you will see it going past, you know, generating boost. Because the engine is very torquey, so you can see the car actually creating boost. You have to, like, you know, kind of like push it a little bit, and then that's when you see the car kind of like going into boost and the transmission not shifting. Also, this is one of the cars that came in Sport Intelligence System. That's how it's called, SI Drive. The other car that came with this was the STI in 2008. This is a 2008 Legacy, but the other car that had this system was the STI. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, in 08, the STI only came in wagon from 2008 to 2010. So if you wanted a sedan, right, that was turbocharger, that had kind of like similar DNA, you have to get this Legacy. So yeah, like if you wanted a sedan, you needed to get this car. Yeah, or you know, the spec B of this platform would be kind of like very comparable to what an STI is. For those that don't know, this car is also all-wheel drive, symmetrical all-wheel drive. It doesn't have the adjustment, the differential adjustment that the STI has. So it is a symmetrical system, just like the WRX and all the other, you know, Subaru products. But it's very good. These cars are very good in the snow. We used to live in Connecticut, and Subarus are everywhere. Like people like them a lot over there. The Outback, which is the same chassis as the Legacy, they're like a million up there. Yeah, these cars are very good on the snow. Let me see things that I don't like. Well, the first one is the transmission. The transmission is, like I said, it's like gear, or not gear, but programmed for efficiency. It doesn't feel sporty, not even when you use the paddle shifter. It is very slow to shift. So things I do like about this car, I like how it drives. You know, the suspension is very good. It's super compliant. The steering wheel is also very good. The feeling of it. This one has a hydraulic rack. For, you know, most of the cars for this year, they have that. Also, I like at night the illumination on the car. So all this stuff, like I said, is electroluminescent, just like the STI. is super bright at night, and then all these buttons, they come out, you know, they're like red illumination, which looks very cool. The car is super comfortable, you know, it fits, you know, 5 people. I have 2 kids and they go fine on the back, no issues. So yeah, this car, it's very good. We're gonna go through a section here that has a couple of corners, which we can test how the car, you know, kind of corners. The engine, right? So the 255, like I said, it's a good engine. This car is fully stock, so I don't think it has been modified. So maybe that's why I'm in, you know, in the 185,000 miles, no issues. So yeah, that could be it. But this car doesn't need more power, right? With the automatic transmission, this car doesn't need more power. All right, let's put it in sport. All right. It's nice, it moves. Yeah, it actually has a boost peak of maybe 17 pounds, and then it goes back down to 14 or somewhere there, or 15 pounds. Yeah, I saw it on the gauge. So yeah, it moves, but again, you have to be like in Sport Plus for the transmission to kind of like respond to your commands, right? If you want to see, you know, the car building boost. If not, it just goes, you know, as fast as possible to 5th gear. All right, I think we can try to see if we can do another acceleration here. Let's see how it does. All right, back in manual. Not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty good for you know, for a commuter. I know that you can tune this transmission, I think, to make it quicker, like for it to shift quicker. I've seen on the forums that people have done that. If you're looking for performance, I will go with the GT in manual, which has a 5-speed, or if you can find one of the Spec B that has the 6-speed. If you are looking for an all-rounder, nice commuter, even the automatic it's fine enough. This car might not look like an STI, right, or not be as aggressive as an STI, but there's still aftermarket parts for this car. You can find STI front lips, you know, like carbon pieces. I have a carbon grille that I'm gonna be putting on the car. You can find carbon mirrors. Yeah, you can. There are parts out there. You know, the engine is the same as the STI or very similar, and same thing with the WRX. There's tons of parts for modifications. You can definitely modify the car. It's a good option, and this car cost me $5,500. I think for $5,500 is it's a good deal. Again, just keep in mind with the transmission, just make sure that if you're getting the automatic, make sure that it shifts right, because some of them had issues shifting, like from 2 to 3. Sometimes they become a little clunky, so just keep an eye on that when you're, you know, make sure that you test drive it when you if you're thinking of purchasing one of these, make sure that you test drive it and see how the transmission is it's performing. Because sometimes I think for this car, the weakest link is this 5 EAT transmission. Besides that, the car is it's pretty good. So yeah, that's my review on the OA Legacy. So let's take it back to the garage and let's close up on the video. All right, we made it back to the garage. I hope you like the video of the car, the review. I'm, still trying to learn how to do this type of review videos. Hopefully with time, I'll get better, more comfortable. But yeah, just wanted to show you a little bit of the car. This is actually a good car. I like it a lot. Obviously, I like more the STI version or the WRX body style, but this is actually a good car, and something if you're looking for a car somewhere in the 5 to 7 range, 7K range, I think this is a good option for you if you're looking for a decently fuel efficient. Although this car still uses premium, but it gives me 26 miles to the gallon. So I do a lot of highway driving for work. But yeah, it gives me 26 miles to the gallon, which is, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, hope you like the video. Please subscribe and hit like. And I'm gonna try to bring more content about this car. I have some stuff that I wanna do. I'm gonna replace the bumper, do a new lid, and some other things. So there's more content coming for this car. So if you are interested in seeing more content about it, please subscribe. All right, guys, so I'll see you on the next video. Thank you and take care.